Hello and welcome to the next video. In this video I'm going to be talking about an experience I had while living in Tianjin, China. This would have happened around 2016. I'll call this the Tianjin flood. So during my first stint in Tianjin, which was 2011 to 2016, I had experienced all the different types of weather that Tianjin had to offer. One of the ones that I hadn't experienced was flooding, which is quite common here in Florida, especially in Miami. We don't need a hurricane for it to happen. It's just you get enough rain, streets get flooded, things happen, and especially if you're living in the swamps. But in Tianjin, during the first 5 years that I was there, I never saw that, or maybe there would be a little bit of flooding in the street, but nothing so drastic that it would block whole lanes or the entirety of the road, or flood buildings or anything to that extent. You get snow, you get an occasional sandstorm, really cold winters, really hot summers, all that kind of stuff, but nothing major, which is one of the things I liked about Tianjin. It didn't have any kind of major environmental weather-related disasters or problems. That is until my last year. And what was going on in my life at that time is I was, as I mentioned in other videos, I had transferred to a different center in the Joy City shopping area, and I had also moved apartments so I could be close to work and just walk to it without having to take the train or anything. Anyhow, one particular summer day, it had started raining, and raining, and raining, and raining, and raining, and it was pretty heavy. And I remember, I think at the time I was living on the third floor, and I had a view to the main street that would ran parallel to the mall that I was working at, and I saw it was flooding and flooding and flooding. I'm like, wow. Also, from where the bed was placed where I lived, there was like a sliding glass door that was slightly elevated, and there was kind of a landing with the air conditioning duct and a screen windows. It seemed like an addition to the building. And that particular day I had to look out and notice, why is this filled with water? Oh God, oh my gosh, it's flooding. And I started seeing all the spots in the little ceiling of that area. There was water damage and water leaking. And then there was a wall that separated the kitchen from the rest of the apartment. So I happen to go around, open the door, go around the wall, look, and I see near the window that's also parallel to that little screened area by the bedroom, there's water on the floor. So water's leaking through the windows there. It's like, oh, great. Now another part of my apartment's leaking. So go ahead and grab anything that might be on the path, move it out of the way. I think there might have been some papers or something in a cabinet near there that got a little wet, so move those out, let them dry. Rain continues, and the leaking continues. So grab a couple towels, put them down to kind of at least slow down the water from taking over the rest of the kitchen. Same thing, putting some by the screened area to make sure it doesn't come into the bedroom and then start messing with other stuff. Decide, let me go outside and see what's going on, or go downstairs to the lobby. So walk down the stairs, and sure enough, parts of the water's getting to the point it's starting to come into the lobby. And so now I'm really getting worried. So a little while later, I don't know if they called me or I contacted them, but I got a message, or there was a message on a communication through WeChat that, hey, work's canceled today. Really? Yeah, apparently some restaurant worker was trying to get into Joy City. The water's almost at waist level, so this person was wading in to try to get into the building and must have hit something electrical and was electrocuted. And I don't know if he died. Hopefully not. But they said, you know what, just in case, stay home. And we did, all of us. And it was probably the one and only time I can recall during that first 5 years there where work closed for something that wasn't a holiday. The street there was, massively flooded. The sidewalks were underwater. Buses were struggling to get across. Some cars, weren't making it across the water. There was damage to a lot of buildings, whether in the ceilings or floor damage from all that standing water. Fortunately, it receded within about a day or two, or slowly started to recede within that day, and I was able to go back to work. I think the first day I went back to work, there was still some puddles and some water, but it wasn't as bad. But I still had to kind of maneuver around the sidewalk just to get into Joy City Mall. It was kind of crazy to see kind of the flooding I had experienced in my hometown, but to a worse degree because it was actually coming into where I was living. Fortunately, it didn't go further than what I had shown in the pictures, but yeah, it was quite the experience. And ever since, including the second time I went back to China, or the time afterwards, sure enough, in summer there will be a day where about 1 meter of rain will fall, and it's a lot of places it'll collect, and a lot of places will be impassable. So call it what you will, but that's my first experience with the Tianjin flood. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.